In an age cloaked in shadow and superstition, knowledge was not discovered, it was inherited. For centuries, the minds of Europe were chained to the ghosts of the past, to the unquestioned words of Aristotle, and the mystical ambitions of alchemy. The world was a text already written, and the duty of the scholar was merely to read what the ancients had decreed. Truth was a matter of divine revelation or logical deduction from ancient principles, not a prize to be won from the messy, chaotic reality of the world itself. Alchemists toiled in secret labs, chasing the dream of turning lead into gold, not through chemistry, but through esoteric recipes and spiritual purification. They sought a philosopher's stone, a magical key to unlock the universe's secrets, believing that nature's truths were hidden in riddles and symbols. Physicians consulted star charts as readily as they examined patients, for the celestial bodies were thought to hold more sway over human health than the observable workings of the body. To question this order was not just academic heresy. It was a challenge to the very structure of reality, an act of defiance against both God and the wisdom of millennia. The path to understanding was thought to be paved with dusty manuscripts and philosophical debate, not with soil, stone, and the careful observation of a falling apple or a blooming flower. This was a world waiting for a revolution not of swords and crowns, but of the mind itself. A revolution that would shatter the intellectual chains of the past and dare to look at the universe with new eyes. But revolutions are born from doubt, and for a long time there was precious little of it. Then, a man arrived who would provide the hammer to break those chains. His name was Francis Bacon. He was a lawyer, a statesman, and a philosopher who saw the grand, elaborate palace of inherited knowledge as a beautiful prison. He argued that humanity was shackled by its own intellectual idols, flaws in reasoning that stemmed from tradition, from the deceptions of language, from our own inherent biases. Bacon proposed a radical new path to truth, a method that did not begin with ancient words, but with the world itself. He championed a process of inductive reasoning, starting not with a grand theory, but with small, meticulous observations. He urged scholars to abandon their armchairs and go out into the world, to experiment, to gather data, to test their ideas against the unforgiving anvil of reality. He envisioned a new kind of science, a collaborative enterprise where knowledge was built brick by brick, observation by observation, accessible to all who were willing to look. It was a call to arms for the curious. The idea was explosive. It suggested that a humble craftsman with a keen eye could uncover a truth that 1,000 years of philosophy had missed. It put the power of discovery into the hands of the individual. This was the dawn of empiricism. The old guard did not yield easily. To them, Bacon's method was crude, materialistic, and disrespectful to the great minds of the past. They argued that the senses were deceptive, and that true knowledge could only come from pure reason or faith. The battle was fought in the universities, in the royal courts, and in the pages of pamphlets. For decades, the two worldviews clashed, but the scientific method had an undeniable power. It worked. The 17th century saw an explosion of discovery fueled by this new approach. Galileo Galilei turned his telescope to the heavens and, through observation, shattered the ancient model of the cosmos. William Harvey, by dissecting animals and humans, meticulously mapped the circulation of blood, overthrowing 2,000 years of medical dogma. Isaac Newton, using observation and rigorous mathematics, unveiled the universal laws of gravitation, describing the motion of the planets and the fall of an apple with the same elegant principles. Each discovery was a testament to the power of Bacon's vision. The scientific method transformed the world. It gave us the steam engine, electricity, and the silicon chip. It eradicated diseases, extended lifespans, and sent humanity to the moon. It replaced superstition with evidence and dogma with inquiry. The quest for the philosopher's stone was abandoned for the patient, methodical work of chemistry. Astrology gave way to astronomy. The world was no longer a finished text to be read, but an infinite book waiting to be written, its pages filled with the endless wonders uncovered by a simple yet profound idea. To understand the world, you must first look at it. Subscribe